Guys, how often have we done this? It's not one thumb, it's both thumbs. Give me your thumbs up. Thank you very much indeed. So I'm going to be really, really quick with the intros today because we have an unbelievably packed schedule for you. Last time we did this, 2 weeks ago, we had 4 pilots. This afternoon, we're aiming for 6 or possibly even 7 pilots. So it's going to be twice as fast as it was last time. Once again, we've got Allan Coulson on the flight deck in Cambridge, helping people get themselves set up. Simon is in the green room, making sure that people are ready. We've got castles, we've got bridges, we've got clouds, we've got some mountains. We may even have some sunshine. I know one of the questions that Alan Hartley will ask, which will be, what drone is everybody flying? And the answer, I think, across the board is the Mavic 2 Pro. Camera settings, we're shooting in RAW, we're shooting on manual, we're shooting on auto exposure lock, we're shooting without filters generally because you don't really need filters when you're shooting photos. Rob, this is your moment.
Alan, we can't hear you. Can't hear us.
What's interesting is I can't.
Okay, so my plan today.
So Alan, I can't hear you.
No.
I'm going to take it up to about 150 feet, a bit higher maybe. Let's take it up to 70 meters. That's what I'm working
That
in.
looks superb, Rob.
Okay, that is the Conwy estuary. So we'll just have a quick.
Over to you. What I'm going to do is, Alan, I'll make you host, and I'm going to leave and come back in. So you're now the host.
Okay. And then I'm actually flying backwards, and I'm now above the road here. And again, we'll just position it so that we've got a nice shot of the turrets.
Do you not hide the top of the turret, sir?
Yes.
Good to hear it.
The top of the turrets are 35 metres. I'm about 5 metres below the castle, so add that on 40 metres. So I need to be at least 90 metres.
Yeah, plenty of room.
So there we go. So I've got plenty of room. I'm just going to go forward a bit to get all of the turrets in there. Just focus on one. Okay, right.
Superb.
Now then, my next shot, I was going to fly out towards the upriver side of the bridge and take a shot from this part of the marshes here. There's the railway line there. So let's go forward a bit. And I'm actually going to cheat here. I'm just going to turn it round as I'm going forwards. And I want a shot off the bridge, really, looking down the river. Okay.
Can you angle the camera up a little bit so we can see what's
Doing that now, yeah.
Yep, superb.
Okay, I'll just take it back a bit. Got high wind, but no worries. Hopefully we can cope. And I can't go down too low because otherwise I'm going to lose sight of it. You still okay?
Yeah, we can see you all right, yeah.
There we are. Let's take that up a bit.
So you're just on that area of grass on the other side of the roadway now? On the
Yeah,
right
to
of
the
image,
right.
aren't you? Yeah.
No, I'm to the right on the far side of the bridge. You see where the bus is going?
Gotcha,
It's going to go past me in a few seconds, so it's I can just spot it now. There's a tree in the way, but I can spot it. Okay, so we'll have that one off the bridge. Okay, would you like any pans at this point?
I was going to say if we could get something angled a little bit up, with, perhaps with the bridge nearer the bottom of the frame, so we got more of the boats and the river going off into the distance.
Okay.
That looks good. And then maybe do a pano there, so we get the castle and the town.
Right, I'll do the manual. I'll do it manually. Okay, so I'll just sort of angle it this way.
The manual panos anyway. I don't like these newfangled ways of doing it. So.
Okay.
It's always about staying in control, I think. So.
Okay, right. I'm going to bring I'm aware that my time is short here, so I'm going to bring it back across the bridge, and I'm also going to bring it down a bit. So we're flying above the harbour in a minute. There we go.
Alan Coulson.
Yes, we can.
I'm going to try and get the quay side. With the smallest house in. Let's go a bit further. Where am I? I'm at 50 meters, so I'm well above the people who will be on the quay. Let's just turn it that way. I'm going to fly up that way. And that should do it about there. And if we come round then, and that little red dot in the middle there is the smallest house.
I thought it was a phone box.
No, it's not. If I had a zoom lens, I'd be able to go in and get that, but unfortunately, I can't.
How low are you able to go there? Will you still have sight of it if you go down?
I'm at 45 meters now, so if I go any lower, the boat. You see, I'm above the river, so at that height, I'm just outside the height of the mast to the nearest boat. If I look down, you see, I've got boats on the jetty below me, so I can't really go in any closer. Not without permission.
I was going to suggest maybe taking a bit more altitude, going up a little bit, and having a shot looking down on those interesting boats on the quayside there.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So if we take it up to say about 80 meters, like there.
On your last outing, had the marina looking straight down on it, so I think it would make a nice contrast to that.
So which ones do you want? Do you want the ones? Do you want the ones on the jetty?
Yeah, the ones actually along the shore look quite interesting.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm well above any buildings, people, or anything like that. Lovely muddy shoreline. Oh, that's
there you go.
There we go.
It's a shame the cars are in the way. It always just disappoints me when we're...
Well, there's a red car there.
Oh, there you go. That's all right.
Take that one again. Just focus on that boat there. Good chance.
So, Alan Coulson, I'm struggling with audio here. I can hear you guys on my iPad. I can't hear any of you on my MacBook. Is Nick Hanson ready? I can't see. Oh, he's just joined the waiting room. Okay, cool.
And if I swing it round, we'll see the castle again at the other end of the harbour. There it is.
Actually, that's a superb shot there, isn't it? Can you do a very quick horizontal pano for us there, getting
a horizontal pano? Okay.
Yeah, looking. Yeah, so we get the idea of the bridge going off to the left.
Okay, here we go.
Full width of the river and then across to the castle. I think would be fantastic.
Right, so we'll focus it on that bit there.
If only for a little bit more sunshine today.
There's not very much here at the moment.
Not a lot. I mean, this is such a fantastic location. How wide is the river at that point? Because I was scoping out that location a year or so back, and I was planning to fly from the other side of the river.
35 metres maybe.
Oh, is that now? Okay.
Yeah, there is another good spot. I'll just get this pan. I'll just finish this pan, and we'll get the town as well. The church.
Yeah, less isn't more. More is more.
Okay.
We can always put together a panorama
always
and
put
have
them out.
Yeah, and have a panorama with the castle on the left and the town spreading off to the right.
Okay, so I'll just get this last one in because that's the town wall there in the centre of the picture now.
You're a completist. I like it.
Right. Okay. So if I look down, you see where the wall. Who was that? Was that Alan Coulson saying you were going to fly here?
Yeah.
Okay. You see this wall now?
Yeah.
And if I turn this way. Where that car's coming round the corner, there's a little foot.
Right, okay, guys.
Alan, guys, you're
we
overrunning.
need to move on. That's
it
been
comes down
absolutely beautiful.
You see
It's
that bit
extremely
of-
difficult for me here because I can't hear any of you, which is driving me to distraction. But we are going to switch over to Nick in a moment. Before we do that, Alan, I'm going to send the hosting back to you. I'm going to try and leave once more and join everybody again in a moment. But for now, Rob, that's been awesome. Thank you so much. Guys, give Rob a quick round of applause. Yeah, very, very, very good.
Okay, thank you.
It's pretty windy here, so I don't know if you can hear me okay.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
can hear
good.
it on your audio.
It's atmospheric, Nick.
So I'll get over there as quickly as possible. I probably should have put it in sports mode, really.
It's some distance from where you're taking off from, isn't it? So
It is, yeah. We're getting there. So
that's a nice spot, though. I
Isn't
love
it?
the beach in the foreground.
yeah, there's got some nice lines there with the tide line there. So if I just stop there for a moment.
Okay, gentlemen, little interruption from mission control.
Carry on.
Carry on, Simon.
Mr. Deeman is under the impression he's going to shoot video on his flight. Is that okay, or do we want
Yeah, no,
stills?
that's correct. No, that's absolutely correct, Simon.
Perfect. All right. Thank
Yeah.
you.
That's better. I was in video as well there for a second.
Yeah, look at this. Even the hardcore pro. Excellent.
And
Right,
as a photographer to a fellow photographer, can I ask you to get a couple of panos? So I've got some work to do when I'm editing this one.
Yeah, probably get a bit closer. I was a bit closer earlier when I did a regular flight, and I think there's
Nick, have you seen how far you are away with that drone?
I know. We've
Yeah.
decided this is a recreational flight. There's absolutely nothing commercial in this. Nick's just doing this for fun.
so if I just do a panel from there, from left to right, you okay?
That looks superb. So is this an inhabited castle, or is it a museum?
It is, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll just take one more shot, just so we get that bit of land just coming off there.
Oh, that looks superb.
Which clan is it owned by, Nick? Is it the Murdoch clan? No.
No, it's the. I think it's the McDonald's.
McDonald's. Didn't they try to sell all of the mountains in Skye a few years ago,
Yes, they did. Yes.
claiming that they belonged to them?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's the Coulson.
That's it. Yeah.
Superb.
So there's a nice shot there. If I just back up a bit there.
Any chance of getting a little bit lower down as well?
Yeah.
I like the idea of getting some of that those rocks in the foreground. That looks fun.
It is good, Nick. I like it.
I'm so jealous.
Do you want to go even lower?
Why not? It's all stubble fields around us at the moment. half the harvest's been done, and the landscape has gone from being interesting to kind of shaven now. So very jealous of what you've got going on here.
With your pan there as well.
Oh, you're getting this now. Thank you, Nick. That's awesome.
And what I did notice earlier was actually going up and basically looking directly down on the castle. Pretty much taking it to maximum altitude.
Yeah, the castle looks like it's quite tall, so you
Yeah.
need to make sure you're properly clearing it, don't you?
Yeah, I think I had to go to maximum altitude earlier to actually get a reasonable view of it looking down on it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you can really see how at high tide it would be surrounded on
Maximum flight altitude reached.
almost half of its sides, really.
Which is what the good people coming on the Skye Masterclass will be treated to while we're there. So, Nick, I think this is probably the last one, and then I'm going to hand over, stop your share and get Paul Deeman set up.
Okay.
Paul, if you're listening to this, you're going to be live in about 2 minutes' time.
Right, so got nice diagonals going on there.
Okay, yeah. Someone's just paid to have it fixed.
Happy with that?
That's the shot right there. And it looks like somebody's home as well, so
Yeah. Actually, just I think one more there as well. That's quite nice.
yeah, that's beautiful.
All the greenery around.
Awesome. So, Simon Smith, can you unmute yourself and let me know where Paul Deeman is, because I'm not able to see him in the other meeting room.
Right, Alan, you want me to stop there then, Alan?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Nick,
Okay.
that's
Superb.
absolutely what I wanted. So first of all, before you go, everybody, please give Nick a big round of applause. He was writing to me by text earlier today and saying, Alan, it's just going to be a castle on a grey day. And I was explaining to him, yeah, but it's not any castle, it's a castle in Skye. And that's a very, very long way from us. And that's really rather exciting. So thank you, Nick. That was absolutely everything that I hoped it would be.
It stayed dry as well.
It stayed dry. Brilliant flight. Job's a good one.
Okay.
Right. Thank you. Thanks very much.
Cheers, Nick.
Cheers.
Brilliant.
Bye.
Yeah, I just took off a little while ago with Simon watching, and it was about 40%.
Oh, okay. In which case, that's fine. Yeah. So, Wally, we are going to jump you up the order, if that's okay, because Paul Deeman wasn't quite ready. So whenever you're ready to take off, we're ready for you.
Okay.
So guys, while Wally is setting up, I just need to explain that he has pulled off the impossible here, in that he's flying with a Mavic 2 Pro with a smart controller that, generally speaking, you can't zoom from, but he's managed to link it to his MacBook using an entire Scottish oil rig and the entire resources of Chevron oil and gas, as well as a clever little thing called an Elgato Camlink. So if any of you ever want to, should you wake up tomorrow morning and think, what I really want to do with my life is zoom from a Mavic 2 Pro with a smart controller, the solution is here. It's an Elgato Camlink and Wally as our guide. And now we've got Wally Allan on the shore of the Moray Firth, near Inverness. So the Scots are taking over Phantom Flight School. Brilliant. We can see your screen, Wally.
Boris Johnson, go home, huh?
Yeah, well, you might say that I couldn't possibly comment, except that I agree with you wholeheartedly. George, you'll have to cut that bit out. Sorry, we can't possibly express political
No
views.
politics, no
Yeah,
politics.
indeed.
Okay.
Okay, ready when you are, Wally. Incidentally, Simon, if you're listening at Mission Control, you need to get in touch with Paul Deeman and try to get him online in about 10 minutes. Well, as soon as you can, really. And I'll then bring him in. Bear in mind that he doesn't need to have the drone switched on. He just needs to be in the meeting, and then he can switch the drone on at the appropriate point.
Okay.
Oh, look at this. I don't think you're in focus, Wally. Can you tap on the screen somewhere?
Well,
There we go. That's better.
I've got a magic button on this. A magic controller, you know. It has a button.
Yeah, excellent.
Okay. What we're looking at there is Carnac Point. That's a green beacon, which is the entrance to Inverness Harbour. And it's also the mouth of the River Ness. So what we're looking at is the Inverness Firth, which is part of the Bewley Firth, which is all part of the Moray Firth. But that's the beacon, which is the entrance to Inverness Harbour. This is a congested area, so I better take it up a bit. I'll take it up to 60 meters, I think.
The moment you said beacon there, I'm thinking lighthouse, and that needs photographing.
We need to add it to our collection. We do.
Yes.
We do. Absolutely flipping right. Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually the light on the water is rather wonderful.
I was going to say it's a sweet little collection of cottages along the waterline there until he disappeared.
Yeah, okay.
It's fine. It's just while the image is processing on the smart controller, it's not outputting an image.
Ah, gotcha.
Actually, no, my glasses fell off and hit the screen. So I don't know what happened there. Anyway, we should have a photograph of that now.
Excellent.
Yes,
Yes, good. Well
good,
done.
yep.
Checking. 10 out of
what
10.
you've got.
Yeah, good.
All right. So I'm only at 41 meters. I better go up a bit more.
So I'm instantly looking at thinking about a panorama here. Do you have a plan in mind for this?
Not for panoramas. I wasn't really going to go into Inverness, but that is Inverness up there. If we go and look up the river a little bit. If you want panoramas, you can do panoramas.
I like the way that we've gone from taking off looking at what looked like open countryside, and we turn the camera around and there's a hulking great city behind us.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this is the harbour, and he's a very nice harbour master. I went and spoke to him, and he gave me permission to come onto this land, which is fenced off with security fencing, and is really a drone pilot's heaven.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of interesting abstracts that you could get looking down on those.
I'll come back to the abstracts later.
Ah, superb.
But if you want to see any more of Inverness, I can always head on up there a little bit.
I'm happy to be guided by you, Wally.
Okay, well, I'll head on up there a little bit. This is harbour area, so it's not the most exciting part of Inverness.
I'm enjoying those very tall lampposts as well. You do have to keep an eye on those things.
Yeah, I'm at 64 meters. So
Yeah.
Should be all right. But anyway, that's Inverness. I'll just get it up a little bit.
Can we have a look in the hold of that ship?
I don't think you'll see very much of interest in the hold of that ship. But anyway, that's...
Well, the crane's emptying something, which might make for an interesting photograph, looking straight down on it, perhaps. Because we don't often get to look down on that kind of stuff.
So, Simon at Mission Control, can you let me know that you're hearing me? So just come off mute for a second.
I don't think he can hear you at the minute.
Hang on just a second.
Yeah, can I have an update, Simon, on where we're at with Paul and with David?
Right, when I can speak. I
Yep.
don't know what's happened there. Oh, I'm dying.
maybe go back to mute, Simon.
Sorry. Right.
We've
Paul
killed
didn't
him.
phone his flight without being in your meeting room.
Ah,
So I had to bring David Stewart and drop Paul.
God, please don't die, Simon, live on national television.
Oh dear. Right, it's coming back now. So did you get that message?
Yes,
Alan?
we did.
We've had to abort on Mr. Deeman. Mr. Stewart will be ready to fly in a minute or two.
And will we get Paul back later, or have we missed that?
No, because he's out of battery on his iPad.
Right.
Oh
Okay.
dear.
Unfortunately, I'm at maximum flight.
So
Yeah, no, but that's good actually, Wally. I'm
yeah,
liking
Wally.
it.
Yeah. Can you reduce the shutter speed a bit, or open up your aperture just to get the exposure a bit brighter on that one?
Okay.
And I love the abstract nature of that, looking
Yeah,
straight
that's
down on it.
much better.
From aperture, shutter speed.
And that is an interesting shot and an interesting cargo. Look at all those tree trunks they're lifting out.
Yeah, it's we've got a chipboard factory which
Ah,
all
yes.
the photos seen already, and I guess that's what they're doing here.
That's
Getting
quite
food
something.
cooked
Yeah.
Okay, so Wally, head back towards the beacon and the loch, or the Moray Firth, or whatever it is.
right?
Yeah, maybe we could get a shot of the beacon with those cottages on the waterline just as you get back. I'm eager to see something quintessentially Scottish here, you see. So
Oh, there's Inverness. That's a shot that many people work on. There.
It does save people the trouble of coming to Inverness.
Well, it does, and it shows the number of bridges.
Which is,
Oh,
given
yeah.
that the theme of the
Right.
is bridges. Yes. So Wally's gone straight into first place with 3 bridges.
The little hole in the background.
Simon, can you turn the audio on your...
Tom Nahurich.
Right. I've muted him.
And over here now, actually, do you want? We'll come back to the. Or do you want to? Let's go this way first. That over there is the Caledonian Canal.
Ah, okay.
You can just see no more a little house at the end of the sort of basin. That's the lock keeper's house. That's the sea lock for the Caledonian Canal going into the Bewley Pond. But obviously, I'm not going to be able to get around there from a distance. I can actually go back this.
There's another bridge, so that puts you. Now that's 4 bridges, so that does put you in the lead.
Definitely in
on
the lead.
bridges. Yeah.
I'll just take that shot because it's.
So Wally, are you standing on that green spit of land on the left-hand side of the screen there?
Yes, just to the left of the marina.
Fantastic.
I don't know.
Beautiful spot.
Alan, I'm thinking we should have another top-down marina shot. We can add that to our list of lighthouse shots.
I think we need to add to the collection, and that's
Yeah.
something to do on the way back.
Good.
David Stewart is on his way into the meeting room, so if you can keep an eye on for him.
I will do.
So he's good to go as soon as he's invited, I think.
Cool. And you'll probably want Wally go to full height, so up to 120 meters will give us the best view of the marina.
120 meters.
Yeah.
Can we do a straight down shot, looking vertically straight down on it?
And then we can compare the types of boats that people in Llandudno own relative to people in Inverness.
It would be quite a difference, actually. Between
Well, I've already noticed the one on the end there is clearly owned by an oil man. Oh, no, that's fun.
There are definitely taller masts in Scotland.
You want straight on, or do you want diagonal? Or
It's over
Let's
to
do
you
a
and
diagonal.
I'll leave that to you and Alan, Wally. You're the
Or-
pros at this.
Better said, less isn't more. I'd take both. There's no point in being stingy now. Just shoot away.
Well, it's glorious.
So.
Okay.
Do we have David?
Yeah, I
appearing?
believe we do, but
Right.
I can't see him.
Sorry, Andy. I'm watching.
It's weird. I'm looking for Andy, for David. There we go. Okay, David, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, Mr. Stewart. Yeah, awesome. Okay.
Oh yeah,
good.
stop there, Wally, and get that shot before you finish. That looks superb.
We're going to be live with you, David, in about 3 minutes, I suspect. Is that okay with you? Give me a thumbs up if that's okay. Brilliant.
So cool.
That's where I am there on that green square of land.
Trust Wally to want to take a selfie.
Yeah, it's not really the done thing with drones, is it?
Well, now you've had your hair cut, though, mate. I think it's only appropriate.
Let's cannot find again. What I was going to show you actually was out here. That's called Keswick Pier. Now there used to be a ferry which went from South Keswick, the one on the left, to North Keswick, the one on the right, until 1982, and then in 1982 they built that.
Wally is definitely our best storyteller. Whenever it comes to taking photographs, we get the story as well.
I'm thinking, Wally, that needs to be a panorama.
Yeah, I think
it's the only way to get the whole bridge in.
Yeah. Okay.
If you just swing a third to the left and.
Right. Okay. Starting here. That's the Black Isle, by the way. Elan Dhu and Gaelic, which was the name of the ferry boat that used to run over there. It took 6 cars. Let's show them focus. Okay. 1/3.
Okay, so
you don't need to be too accurate with the overlaps, as long as they do overlap. Good.
Okay.
Okay, so the one shot I would like, Wally, is a shot of the beacon from low enough that we can get the beacon above the horizon from an angle that you wouldn't be able to take either from the water or from the land. Can we achieve that?
Either from the water or the land.
Yeah, so high enough that you'd have to be at the top of the mast, but low enough that we can see the beacon popping out above the horizon. Oh, actually, that's worth taking, isn't it?
That's definitely a shot you can't get from the water. although to be fair, I can't tell that's a beacon. So
that's okay. When we tell people it's part of our lighthouse portfolio, they'll just have to believe us.
Oh yeah, in context.
Exactly.
I'm not sure how I can do it. That can't be taken from the water and can't be taken from the land. So can only.
No, I mean not from water's level. So I want you to take it from the water, but from higher than the top of a boat. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Makes sense.
Looking which way? Out towards the bridge from the river, or?
I was thinking if you could get the beacon with the bridge in the background, but from low enough that the beacon is above the horizon. So if you move drone towards 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Yeah. And now if you lose a lot of height, so come all the way down to kind of 20 meters above the water. David, we're going to be with you in 2 minutes' time.
No worries.
And we have Andy, looks like he's getting pretty much ready in the green room as well. So
Okay, thank you. Good. Alan, can you tell me, is Ian in the green room?
no, he isn't.
Okay. Yeah, so now come drone right.
Drone right.
And then down a bit further. Yeah, okay, that's beginning to look like, yeah. That's definitely a shot of a lighthouse.
And a panorama as well.
And a panorama as well. You're just, we're just being greedy now.
I'd stop there and take a shot there and then do a pano rotating to the left.
Starting here and rotating to the left.
I reckon.
Okay.
What do you think? That looks good?
Guys, you know, the two of you have more photographic brain cells in your left fingernail than I have in my entire head.
Just the...
Yeah.
Well, as I say, it's all about less isn't more, more is more. It's and then we can crop everything later on to our heart's content.
And we can put a sunny sky in this in Photoshop, can't we?
Oh, I don't know if I approve of that. That's you can go too far with these things.
Right, guys, I'm gonna switch producer, guys. So Wally, thank you. Everybody, hang on. We're gonna stop sharing the screen so that please, guys. Everybody, yeah, give Wally a round of applause.
Thank you, Wally. That's
more
brilliant.
with the technology. He's even had his hair cut for the first time in a year, just for us. He's flown in a hurricane, and he lives in Inverness. Can one man give more than Wally has given? I don't know. Right. Okay. So, thank you very much, Wally. Thank you.
Can I just give you a quick update from the green room? We do have Ian Maxwell in a hat and sunglasses in Spain.
Oh, you've given the game away. Damn it.
Sorry.
Oh, Jesus. You just can't get the co-hosts. Oh, well. So
he'd never make a spy, would he?
I didn't know there's a secret.
Except if Ian isn't in Spain, in which case that would be really clever. But regrettably, he is. So it's not as clever as it might have been. Anyway, Mr. Stewart, we are ready.
Hi there.
For you. Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, can you hear me all right?
We can hear you perfectly.
Right, good afternoon or good evening. Let's just do that.
So guys, we have a treat for you here. Another bridge. Fingers on buzzers. The first person to recognize this bridge, jump on the audio and tell us which one it is.
You seeing that, gents and ladies?
Yeah, I can see ready to go, but it's a black screen.
Okay. If that's a delay. Just going to reset the drone 1 minute.
Just unplug the cable and plug it in again.
Okay.
It's fine, it'll boot up in a moment, I suspect. The drone is switched on, is it?
It was, yeah, I just reset it.
Okay.
So my settings.
The lens cap is off, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no lens cap on it.
Sorry, I had to ask.
No. So what's really strange is we're getting the histogram.
Yeah,
I was about to say.
Right, but we're seeing nothing on the screen.
Shall I reboot DJI, maybe?
I was going to suggest try taking a photograph and see if that shakes something loose.
Let's just try this cable here.
Guys, I had this once, and it was a cable. It was a cheap cable I was using, and it was that issue, exactly that.
Phil, why would I have guessed that you would be using a cheap cable?
Oh, I'm a cheapskate, that's why.
I'm intrigued.
I've got another cable I can...
No, I mean, it was working a moment ago, wasn't it?
I wonder if I should reset the app. Let's just try that.
Try it. Try that, by all means.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. How fascinating.
Superb.
Well, that's a cool opening.
Still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So heat really isn't a problem here. It's not a problem, no. I've flown in Africa before and done, at a crucial moment.
Simon, could you mute yourself, please?
Yeah. Well,
there we go. Okay, cool.
What's interesting is that I'm getting, because the Royal Marines building is literally about 50 to 100 meters away from me, it's now saying, am I aware of it?
Well, yeah, it's asking.
Yeah, this is a process I've not seen before, so at least we'll.
This is the unlocking process for low grade no-fly zones.
The no-fly zone marked on the DJI app is literally just around the building, so you're not near enough for that to be a problem, I'd have thought. But
enter verification code. Does that mean it's sent me a text?
Yeah, it will have.
Okay, I've got it.
And annoyingly, you now got a countdown to type it in 40 seconds time.
614.
Fantastic. Calm under pressure. I like it.
It is impressive, isn't it? Yeah.
There we go. Can you see it in the blue outline?
Yeah, we've got a cool view of the Martello Tower or whatever it is.
Alan, update from mission control.
Yeah.
We'd like to swap the running order for the last two players.
Okay, that works for us.
Okay, right.
Here's the big reveal.
Just checking my control of the drone. Forward, back. Yeah.
So who knows which bridge it is so far, guys?
The Clifton Suspension Bridge.
Very good, Tim. So how cool is that we're going to fly Clifton Suspension Bridge this afternoon?
Wow.
You thought castles were cool. You thought bridges were cool. We bring you the bridge.
And to be fair, I think that looks like a castle there as well. So
yeah, but David, you didn't get the message about plugging the river so that we had water in it. Okay, so do you remember the routine?
I'm going sort of maximum height to get a good aerial shot.
Good.
It's a nice angle, that getting the context of the park that you're in.
So,
I think you chatted the shoot list with Allan, so I'll hand you over to Mr. Coulson to lead you through the flight.
Yeah.
I might just do a little pano.
I've got to say, guys, are you as excited as I am? We are flying. We've started in Skye. We've done INVERNESS. We've done Llandudno. And now we're in Bristol flying the Clifton Suspension Bridge. It might be a grey afternoon. It's often a grey afternoon in the United Kingdom. But how flipping cool is this? This is bonkers brilliant. Well done, David. I'm so proud.
I'm just in sports mode now. I have to be a bit careful here because the height is going to make a difference.
I think once you're over the centre of the river, you're okay to go down to sort of bridge level. Aren't you? So if you rotate to the left to look at the bridge, and then you've got a nice visual reference as to how high you should be.
Yeah.
As you're 90 meters above where you took off from there. Plus, were you saying that the gorge is something like 60 meters deep?
So to the bridge, it's 8 in the middle.
We're losing some
So
of the audio.
I'm about 100 meters high here.
Yeah. So I think the cool thing would be to sort of back up a little bit. Yeah, you're doing that to get the bridge in, and then descend to the point that you're kind of happy descending to within the gorge. Because my thing of getting a shot that's recognizable but different to what other people can get, most people take this photograph from the cliffs on your left there, and to actually be able to get those cliffs in the same shot as the bridge, I think is the key to getting the good picture. So you're actually on bridge level there, so I guess that's probably the maximum height down that you can go.
Yeah, so once we're here, let's just take it up a little bit.
Yeah, can you?
Do you want to? Where do you want to cross?
I would stop about there and then put together a horizontal pano, I think. So we get the cliffs on the left and the on the right.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you're almost 20 meters below where you took off, which is a very rare thing to happen.
Yeah, this is good flying, Dave.
A friend of mine happened to do a full survey of the towers on Wednesday. He was there all day.
At Clifton Suspension Bridge?
Yeah, we did it with a Mavic 2 Pro, actually, in the end. Although he's got an armoury of drones to use, the Mavic was the ideal one for the job.
And what was the job again? Sorry, repeat?
He did a survey of the towers.
Oh, right.
He's got the trees, fixed wings, the lot, but the Mavic suited the job of getting in close.
So, David, are we going to go south of the bridge now and have a look back north?
Yeah. I'll just take this one there.
Yeah.
For me, the killer shot is to get actually into the gorge as we have done, which I think is absolutely superb. And as I say, to get that negative altitude as well from your takeoff point, I think is quite fun.
So I'm now going to fly towards me and go round. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to sort of do a long way round, just so I sort of avoid the...
Well, watch out you don't get too near the military installation directly in front of you. I would turn right now and just head straight south. As long as you go over... I was going to say, as long as you're not going to fly over the bridge itself, because they get a bit antsy about that, don't they? So
yeah,
you may as well get
that was my
I would take it up as high as you can, really, and then you clear the tower and then head south.
Yeah, I'm just sort of walking in the right position so I can get line of sight. There it is.
Excellent. I love the buildings in that part of town as well. Absolutely superb.
Just take.
But one thing you don't realise from the aerial photographs until you get south of the bridge, I think, and I discovered this when I was back to Google looking at these, is how much the buildings in front of us at the moment are actually sloping downhill. So hopefully when we turn around looking the other way, we'll be able to sort of see how high up the bridge is compared to how those streets slope down the hill.
Around the observatory. There's quite a few public land here. So
I think you're doing a phenomenal job here, David, of handling a complex environment and remaining calm. So all of that.
Is it a case of staying away from people, or staying away, or keeping line of sight with the drone?
A bit of both, actually. Someone just complained that I was over above him, but it went past him. So but everybody's sort of having.
Well,
picnics.
they're a bit stroppy in Bristol. I've heard they push people into the river and everything.
I saw that happen. It was on TV. Yeah.
So
okay, so this is
superb.
looking really good now.
They also have
so I just lost a visual sight. There we go. So I'm just going to drop down. So that's quite a nice shot, isn't it?
Absolutely. Again, I would be wanting to make it wider than it is. So if you fancy doing a panorama, that'd be a superb one to go with.
Okay, so I'm just going to go back a little bit more, sort of on the.
And now, can we get the shot from in the gorge? Can you fly drone left? I would love to have. I would love to have the bridge and the tower.
That way.
Drone left. Which part of drone left isn't clear?
that is the drone going left.
Yeah, good.
Hang on. Where is it? I've lost sight.
Yeah, it's not flying left at the moment.
No, I've sort of stopped it.
Okay.
Well, we can see the park at least. So in theory, you've got line of sight, unless you're standing behind the tower at the moment.
No. I'm sort of just south of the observatory.
Oh, okay.
You might even be able to see me.
Keep coming drone left.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. Wrong stick. Maximum distance.
Yeah, that's okay. It'll just fly in a loop, which is actually what I want. So keep going left, hard as you can. And it will just stay on the perimeter of the 500-meter mark as you go round. Keep going. I'd love to get the building.
Quite a drop off after you clear the houses as well, isn't it? So you can, you can afford to drop into the gorge a little bit then.
Precisely.
Okay.
I'm jealous of the view those guys have got in those houses, though. That's a superb position.
I'm guessing they probably pay extra for that.
Yeah, you'd think. Yeah. And this is where we can use the map as well. You can see where the drone is over the road and at what point you're going to be clearing it.
Good. So we're going to have to cut away from you, Dave, in a couple of minutes' time. But I just think there's a shot there, from in the middle of the river, a little bit lower down. When I say a little bit lower down, lower than that, in a perfect world, still with the tower in view, screen right.
Yeah.
This was when we were doing the research on this the other day, David. I remember seeing on Google Earth, you could get into the gorge and still have some of that tower sort of sticking up clear of the supports of the bridge.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of shot I think Alan's after.
Yeah. So I put it in sport mode. That'll make a difference.
Yeah, good thinking. I tell you what, Dave, you're impressing me. I had a flight test this morning with a chap who he flies racing drones. His left thumb and his right thumb knew exactly what they were doing. Other than that, he made every single mistake in the book. It was heroically bad. So this is good stuff.
Well, he's probably used to flying upside down, isn't he? So
yeah, I think he would be. Yeah. So you can come out of sport mode now. You're not quite over the river as yet. Keep going.
Yeah, out of sport mode. Yeah.
And now if you drop altitude, what do we get? Do we get something special?
Actually, yeah, getting the tower more over the inside part of the bridge than the outside part. I was thinking the tower would be to the right of that the support tower for the bridge, but actually it's over the
Yeah,
roadway,
so keep
isn't
moving
it?
drone left, and we'll get a better angle, won't we? This is looking good.
Yeah. And again, you can stick a quick panorama in there once you've stopped and started composing.
Okay, we're going to take this one, and then, David, I'm going to let you land in peace to the applause of assembled crowds, and we're going to switch to, we're going to go back to Scotland. I don't know what it is with Scotland. They just seem very keen up there. Brilliant.
Thank you,
That's
David. Thank you for humouring me with that pano.
So, guys, once again, huge round of applause. That is cool. We've just flown to yes, 2 castles and 2 bridges. That's pretty flipping fantastic. And I still haven't sworn. What's going on? Right. Okay.
Alan.
Yes.
Right, I've agreed with Ian. He's switched everything off to keep it cool and save battery. I'm going to ring him with 5 minutes to go. So if you give me a 5 or 4 minute warning, I'll give him a call. Then he'll be in your meeting room in time.
Okay. Well, that will. It's looking like 6:24, please. But Andy's on it. Look, he's ready.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear me okay. It's not too noisy here.
We can hear you very well.
Yeah, that's the loudest person yet on this line, I think.
Maybe I better stop shouting then. So everything was fine. I've been on here waiting on standby until the last 30 seconds when I attempted to share screen with you, and all I had on my app, my Mavic app, my DJI app, was nothing, just no screen at all.
No.
So all I'm doing right now.
You may have to reboot.
Yeah.
You're going to have to. Is drone and sorry to teach grandmother. Drone and transmitter are switched on.
Well, I can certainly see my transmitter. Can you just give me?
It does
30
say
seconds?
Disconnected there at the moment, doesn't it? So something's.
So
turned
the other
off.
option is just unplug the cable between the transmitter and the device and plug it back in again.
Okay, all right. You see, this is what you get for joining the Phantom Flight School. You get years of experience. Right, I've just unplugged that. And
there you go.
I have walked over. Really? Oh, look at that. Yeah. Right, okay. All right, good stuff. Well, okay.
Bingo.
I calibrated that a few minutes ago. I did check all of the other levels. So, hello, Group Captain. What a pleasure to be here.
Well done.
I am honoured to be part of this squadron. After all of the excitement of earlier, I can offer you
Take
rest
off.
and recreation in my quiet little corner of Scotland.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Okay, just check in. Right. Okay, we're looking all right.
Yeah.
So this is an area about. I'm going to give you a wave.
Oh, hello. Yeah, I like it.
That really is all about me, isn't it?
Have you had a
all about me, isn't it?
Have you had
I have. My wife spent an hour cutting my hair at the weekend.
Okay.
Funnily enough, she won't let me reciprocate. I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, probably best if you stay in soft focus in that case.
So I'll just give you a quick whiz around. We're about 15 miles east of Edinburgh. Hang on. Edinburgh is up that way.
Yeah.
You're looking at here. This is a little town called Aberlady, which has been here since about 1,000 years or so ago. And it's just soft and gentle, and people don't really come here because they whiz past it on the way to Edinburgh. We're just a few miles off the A1, and they're all on the way up to the Highlands as well. But it's not a bad place to live, quite low. So I'm just going up a slope, and I really can't speak and walk up a slope. So the intention is to go and have a look at. Can you see that there? Let me just brighten that up a little bit. Okay, so that church over there. I'm going to go up to. I think 80 meters is good because I'm guessing that the church is about 30 meters high. It probably isn't quite that. Sport mode. Nip over there.
Bear in mind, guys, that when we met Andy at the beginning of Flap Flap, he didn't even own a drone. Since then, he's bought a drone, he's done his PFCO, and he's now producing documentaries for National Geographic Channel, Discovery, and the new Phantom Flight School DRONEFEST channel, which goes out every couple of weeks on a Friday evening, in which we attempt to make as many mistakes with Zoom as we possibly can in 1.5 hours.
Okay, it's been a journey, mate. It's been a journey. Okay, so this is a village, and we're on this side. I thought it's dark there, isn't it?
So yeah, up the exposure value.
Up the ante.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's been on. Yeah. Okay, that's looking all right. It's coming in. All right. Wonder why it went so dark there. Right. I thought I'd go on the other side and look back towards me.
Well, this is where I hand over to Allan, because he's.
Oh yeah, good plan. Yeah.
Boss dog on such things.
Oh
yeah.
Well, you start mentioning National Geographic. I leave it to you, I think.
In my dreams.
Okay, I live in that housing estate that I'm just turning my back on. Right too.
This is part of what I spend a lot of time doing, is creatively framing my subject. So, you know, shooting a church like this, it's all about the rural landscape beyond, not the large village that's directly underneath the drone.
I see. Okay, so any suggestions? You've been spoiled, haven't you, by castles and bridges?
Well, this is beautiful.
No red cars.
So the first thing is come lower, because we don't need to be 90 meters up, unless, how much does the land rise from where you are to where the drone is now?
Not at all.
And then the second thing would be to come in closer to the church to get rid of the road. We don't want the road in the shot, do we really? That's close. Yeah, that's low enough. I don't want to make you go any lower than that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
And we could get a vertical panorama in that position as well. If you take a couple of shots from that point and then looking up, and then we get an idea of what's going on in the background.
Okay, starting here. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. And that way we don't have to worry about kind of getting low in order to get an idea what the background's looking like.
Oh, he's good, isn't he?
How about an abstract of the cemetery?
Yeah, I agree with you, Phil. Did you see that? Did you hear that, Alan?
Do gravestones count as structures that aren't under our control for the purposes of keeping a distance?
I'm not going that low.
I think there's a danger that there would be people there, and it would be inappropriate to.
There's that as well. Yeah.
So I think we stay at this height. That's intriguing, because I'm not sure that people. Yeah, you might not know that was a church in Firth.
Yeah, with the square tower, it doesn't stand out. I mean, we have a lot of spires around here, so I expect to see.
It's quite nice. The eye would look at the gravestones and go, "Oh, what's that?"
Yeah. I always like these straight down abstracts, and I do so few of them. I don't know why. I'm always trying to do something different to what I do in a kind of horizontal way of shooting.
Yeah, but I like that one, Andy. I like that one a lot.
Superb.
I'd rotate, put the bridge on the diagonal.
Oh,
there.
Whoa. Like that. Yep.
Everyone's chipping in now.
Anyway, update
Excellent.
from Mission Control. Watch out for Ian Maxwell in the waiting room in about 2 minutes.
He's right here now. Brilliant.
It's me. Right. So I'm going to go. Excuse me. I'm going to go this way a little bit, because I was walking around the golf course last night and noticed there's quite nice abstracts over here where the trees are.
Well, I think that graveyard, kind of bottom left, is so beautifully laid out that a top down of that might be rather charming.
Let's do that.
In a kind of morbid sort of way.
Or a sort of we're still here kind of way.
Well, that's yes. If we're able to photograph them, we've won. Yeah.
Well, fair enough. I see. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Are there any zombie movies looking for opening shots?
No.
But I think it does need to be properly top down, Andy.
Okay. Okay. I see what you mean. Okay. All right. Schoolboy.
Your point of people being in the graveyard, I think we can see there aren't any people in the graveyard now, can't we? So
I don't know whether. Yeah. Not sure you meant to switch to sport mode, Andy.
You're absolutely right. I meant tripod mode. Sure. You're dangerous, but you could be my wingman any day.
While we're looking straight down, can we track over to the golf course and get a kind of abstract looking down on some of the bunkers and the green there?
Oh, nice. Okay.
I was just thinking there's something really pleasant about the sort of the kind of perfection of golf courses.
This is a beautiful place to live. I am quite envious.
Well, do you know there's something like 15 golf courses within about 5 miles? That happens to my drone a lot.
Yeah, it happens either if there are midges in this sky.
Oh, there's a lot of those.
Yeah. Or if you're flying straight into the sun, it sometimes mistakes the sun for an obstacle.
Oh, there's none of that. None of that.
No, you never see the sun there.
Yeah, we're north of the border here.
Yeah, that's skin cancer. No idea what that is. Yeah.
That's rather interesting looking down on,
cool.
the green there.
So guys, I'm going to let you take this one. And then, Andy, I'm going to be utterly ruthless and say thank you. And we're going to head to Ian in Competa in Spain, if he's there. Let's just check.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for letting me join.
Don't go as yet, because I'm not sure Ian's here.
Okay. All right. The other abstract that's around here is this lot. Unfortunately, as you can see, we're right at high tide. All the water that disappeared from the suspension bridge has arrived
here.
It's a really shallow bay, this, and it will empty of water in about 40 minutes. In 40 minutes from now, there will be miles of sand, and there's loads of this stuff.
But this is actually rather cool. I like it. Do we like that, guys? What do you think about that?
Yeah. I saw your sunset over the shoreline. I think you took last night, and that was absolutely superb.
Yeah.
With the tide having gone out.
Yeah, I got it printed big, and the quality of these cameras and lenses are just superb.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful. There we go. Yeah, so I'm just noodling around now, waiting for the grand finale.
Okay.
Andy, can I just ask, are you north or south of the Forth?
South. Yeah.
Thank you.
I can go up. I can point. I'm pretty much pointing north now. Edinburgh. Edinburgh's on the skyline over there to the left and to the west. Muirfield is over there, and the little mountain there is North Berwick Law, which is a volcanic plug. There's a lot of volcanics around here.
So my family come from Fife.
I do love it when our pilots can give us the historical background. I think that may have to be the new threshold to getting a gig with DRONEFEST, is that you need to be able to talk about when Wally Allan told us the story of the lock keeper leaving his property and walking to his cabin and so on and so forth. It's such poetry. Andy, thank you. I'm going to stop you there, guys. Give Andy a big shout. Thank you very much indeed. Yay!
Cheers, Andy.
Cheers, guys.
That is from drone zero to drone hero. Big time, mate. Well done, sir. That's so cool. An inspiration to all of us. Fantastic.
Good man. Cheers.
Oh my God, you even look like a pilot. Look at that. Did you see that? Look at this.
It's all about the ego, mate. It's all about the ego.
When he scrolls down, you'll see that he's actually sitting in a mini cockpit with a joystick and everything.
Fellow headset man, I like it.
Excellent.
Awesome. All right, guys. Cheers.
Brilliant.
Thanks again.
Okay, so Ian, now is the moment. Ian, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. You need to unmute yourself. Not there yet. Keep trying. Let me see if I can ask you to unmute. Hold on.
I've got it now.
You have. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So good afternoon, everybody. We have saved the best till last. The man with the hat.
The man with the hat.
And the trendy shirt and the AirPods. But he's in front of a sign that I know very well. This is Competa, Competa, maybe, Competa, in southern Spain, in Andalucia, not far from Periana, where we run our Spanish PFCO courses. And Ian was so keen, he couldn't wait until September when we're there, and he's charged down there all by himself in late July. And so it's a great privilege and pleasure to bring you for our first ever international DRONEFEST moment. We have saved the best.
That's right. This is nearly an outside broadcast.
It is. How bonkers is this that we've done Dunvegan Castle, we've done INVERNESS, we've done Aberlady, we've done the Clifton suspension bridge. We weren't able to do Paul Deeman because he was too near Stonehenge and the henge got him. But apart from that, we've pretty much nailed it this afternoon, and we wrap up with Ian in Competa. So Ian, whenever you're ready.
Right, okay. Right,
probably best to remove the umbrella before you attempt to take it.
I think it's going to be difficult with the umbrella.
But I take it that was to keep everything cool.
Exactly, yeah. It's bloody hot here. I was down in Competa having an ice cream earlier on, and it was a toasty 36.
Whoa! Wow. Okay, that is warm.
Right. Okay. Right. We check a few things.
Okay.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Right. No HD. Batteries are okay. I think I'm clear for takeoff.
You are clear for takeoff, sir.
Right. Starting rotors.
Takeoff. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
So guys, can you all see, I think Ian has still got peak focus threshold on, which is not a bad thing, but can you see the little red outlines to buildings on the horizon? What that's showing, Ian, is that those are in focus. I also wonder, have you got a polarizing filter on, Ian?
I've got an HD4 on it because I thought it was too bright to have.
Yeah, okay, but it's just an ND4, it's not a polarizer.
No, it's not.
Okay, cool.
Okay, just swinging around here. I'll go over to Competa in a minute, but I think as we're looking south now to the sea, which is about 25 kilometers away, and you can't pick it out here, but the seaside resort of Torux is down there. Okay, so I'm going to take it up because I'm only about 20 meters.
This is insane. I love this. Yeah. I absolutely love this, that we are live from the coast of Spain. This is phenomenal.
The advice I've had is to fly high, because although in terms of the Spanish CAA, there's no problem to fly here, apart from over to my left, which is a National Reserve. The police are very hot on these things. Well, they usually get a few complaints when they come out, but
I think if you mention Steve,
yeah, he will be all right.
Yeah.
Hello, what's happened there? It's gone dark.
No, we can see fine here.
Oh, okay.
The exposure value is pretty hot. I don't know whether you can, turn it down. Other way.
Oh, it's going dark if I do that.
That's fine. Just looking at the histogram. That's
okay. Yeah, good spot, Alan.
Okay.
Now that's interesting, guys. Can you all see that he's got weak signal?
Yeah.
That's because he's gone straight up 116 meters, and he's got his antennae, I assume, vertical the way he's been taught.
Yes.
If you put them horizontal, it'll be happy again.
Right, I'll do that.
I'm going to have to jump in here and ask you to shoot a couple of panos of this.
Yeah, sure. Right.
I like the view looking towards the sea with the you know, the interesting road on your right hand side as well. I think you get everything from where you are now sweeping around to the right.
Before you shoot that, Alan, I would say fly another 100 meters forwards, because otherwise you've got that ugly wood pulp factory in the bottom right. I know this area very, very well. I've flown here, I don't know, 20 odd times. Yeah, keep going forwards.
Okay.
Alan, is there to the right on this picture? To the right, is there like a windy road that looks like a bit of spaghetti going through? I mean,
they're all
see that.
And that should that should definitely be the subject of a vertical pano, I would suggest. But I'm going to leave Alan. I'll leave Alan and Ian to compose this one.
Right.
Now I've got rid of the wood pulp factory.
I'll start there.
Well, less isn't more, more is more. I would start further to the left to make sure you get that peak on the left in shot.
Yeah, but we've missed the height though. We need to go up a fraction, don't we?
I would say just start there and work to the right.
But we can't. We mustn't chop the top of it off, otherwise we've got nothing.
Oh, well, yeah, those trees on the left look nice as well.
Don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll start there.
Well, actually, the image goes up into that bar at the top of your display, doesn't it? So we weren't chopping it off at that point.
Oh, okay. Right.
So just so everybody knows, Ian is our itinerant PFS reporter. Was on the first ever Corfu trip. He survived. His wife survived. We all had a fantastic time. So if anybody needs a reference for our Corfu holiday, Ian's your man. Ian, you loved it, didn't you?
Fantastic. Yeah, really good.
There we go. Bada bada bing. And if anybody is unsure as to whether they would like to come and do their PFCO with us in September, this is the kind of landscape we fly in. This is the kind of weather we fly in. It's all rather wonderful.
Now, looking that direction in this manually exposed panorama, we're going to be really challenging the darkest of the 5 exposures. So yeah, be interesting to see how that works out in Lightroom.
Right. Okay. Let me just move around a bit further. This is Competa here.
So you need to shut down the aperture, Ian, before you. Yeah, let's go back, because I think that's quite nice, but we want to get a little.
Go for a faster shutter speed, and then until the sky darkens down nicely. I'm looking at the histogram, trying to spot that peak that's on the right-hand side slide back onto the graph, so we can actually see it.
Is that coming?
Another couple of clicks. There you go, just about there. That'll do.
Right. Okay.
You probably can't see what's going on the screen properly now because it'll look quite dark to you, but
it does. Yeah. I mean, it's a fantastic white village, and it doesn't look very white to me.
It looks superb at the moment. We got all the information we could possibly ask for in that exposure, I think. So
actually, that's a rather stunning shot. I like that.
Yeah, I'll go over there in a minute. I don't want to fly over it because.
No, you must. In Spain, it's a no-fly zone over all.
Can we continue the panorama to the left of, like, from the town and towards the left as well?
Right, I'll go back to the town.
There's something pleasing about because the town's sort of in a bit of a hollow between the mountains.
It is, yeah. So, I can probably go lower because it's probably about 20.
Well, don't move the drone yet. Don't move the drone. Rotate to the left and get another couple of more pano shots rotating to the left.
The other left.
Yeah, that's the one. That left. There you go.
That's the one.
Don't go too far. They need to overlap. Oh, that'll be superb. If you could do another shot, one more to the left as well.
Oh, okay. Well, they all line up when I try and put them into white.
Yeah, should do. Yeah, as long as you haven't moved the drone And you're relatively high up above the landscape here, so
Ian,
even if you have moved a bit, it wouldn't make that much difference.
The benefit you get from putting yourself through this agony is that Alan C will post-produce these images for you.
Just don't make it too hard for me.
If it's doable, he will do it.
Are we doing any more panos, or am I going to go?
I'm satisfied now.
Hang on, let me just go one more.
You can fly under your own recognizance once more.
Right, I'm going to fly over to Competa now. It probably looks a really nice white village, but for me, it's not.
It's all about trying to get as much information in the exposure as possible at the moment. So for us, it's looking a little bit grey.
Yeah.
But I mean, looking straight down, it is quite dark there. But it's a case of getting the highlights in the sky that we can use later on as well.
Oh right, you want highlights as well?
Well, no, I'm just saying if you are looking down,
oh right,
it looks dark. But if you wanted to include some of the sky, we need to have it looking quite dark.
I've got some sky now. The sun is quite low in the sky. It's probably about I don't know what 10 o'clock.
To the drone, right?
Yeah. Right, I'll go towards it a bit more. Maybe you can see a few things. I can probably drop down a bit because I'm probably about 20 meters above the town in terms of takeoff point.
I think that is just an interesting composition that not very many people, I'm sure the Competa tourist board will be delighted with that one.
Yes.
But just tap on the autofocus for me on the center of the town.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And can you do a couple of steps to the left for another pano there?
Yeah.
Ian has trouble with left and right.
Sorry, to the left.
I was assuming you were just getting a little bit more in the shot for me.
Right,
He'll do the ones on the left.
Fine, stop there.
There.
That looks good.
I've got a new memory card, so we should be all right.
Yeah, you've got plenty. Yeah.
Thank you.
Guys, I think I'm conscious that we've run quite a bit over already, and people probably have better Friday evening. I can see that Phil already knows he has better things to do with his Friday evening. Point the camera for home, Ian, just to give us a sense of where you are.
Right, okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've stayed a couple of times in a place up on the right there.
What's the vertical pano here, Alan? Is there a vertical pano here somewhere?
I would say probably looking back at the town and do a vertical pano. So looking down, sort of being over the town as much as you can, and then rotate the camera upwards.
Yeah.
So if you stop kind of there and then rotate the camera down and sort of see how much of the town there is below you. And I would, stop somewhere about there and start taking a vertical pano from that sort of point. And remember just to move it up about a third of a frame each time, just so there's plenty of overlap. And the great thing about Lightroom is if you kind of get to this point and think, oh, actually, I should have done that vertical pano a third of a frame to the left, you can now rotate the camera to the left a third of a frame and go back down again. And Lightroom potentially can, as long as you haven't moved the drone, will stitch it all together for you.
Okay. Right, I think I've captured all that.
Okay.
I'll bring it back towards me because...
I think I'm going to let you run. Normally I cut people off at this point, but the view is just so beautiful of the sunshine. I'm going to let you deliver us a textbook landing, Ian, so no pressure.
Right.
What's he done to you, Alan?
But he's already not flying collision course, so if it was Simon, I'd be telling him off by now that he should be dropping in altitude at the same time as flying forward. Where's he off to now? It's going.
Hang on, I'm just trying to get this shot to the left.
Oh, okay. Just one more. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the house of some friends up there.
Ah, okay. Cool.
Right.
Feel free, by all means. Yeah, you've got batteries, so use it.
Yeah. Okay, that'll do nicely. Right.
Do you want to carry on, Ian? If you're busy doing stuff, then we'll let you go at this moment.
Okay, right. If that's okay, yeah.
Yeah, by all means.
Okay.
Guys, once again, so a huge appreciation for a man who was meant to be on his holiday and somehow has been persuaded by me, I honestly can't tell you how, to leave his comfortable hotel room on the coast in Nerja, drive an hour and a half up into the hills and fly around just for your pleasure and privilege. So a massive thank you to Ian. That's brilliant, Ian.
So you're more than welcome.
Fabulous.
All right. Okay.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Wow. So there we are. That's another DRONEFEST done. I think we had less technical issues this time. So again, a big thumbs up for Alan Coulson and for Simon Smith for pulling that off. Simon, I'm pretty sure, looked younger yesterday than he does this afternoon. So I think it has taken something out of him. But nonetheless, really big thumbs up to both of you. Guys, all of you, thank you for joining us for DRONEFEST 2. I don't know, is that fun? I don't know. It's kind of weird, isn't it? It's slightly bonkers what we've just seen. Been coming through the front windscreen at 100 miles an hour. I've enjoyed it. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope simply in vicariously watching 7 pilots fly in different situations, I trust you'll have been thinking, oh, I would have done this, or I might have done that, or I could have gone here, or I might have gone higher or lower, or changed the camera settings. And I think that's the privilege of this experience, is that we get to sit in our comfortable living rooms and watch pilots putting themselves through the ringer on our behalf. And it's quite easy. I've been watching all afternoon and thinking, oh, I would have done this. And Phil's been watching all afternoon and telling us what he would have done differently. The rest of you have been much more polite. Thank you. Alan Coulson, you've been immense. Thank you once again for your brilliant art direction. Gentlemen, ladies, it's a privilege to work with you. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Those of you who are on Flap, Keep Pushing the Envelope Series 2, you still have 2 episodes to go. Those of you who are on Series 1, that's it. We'll be back in the autumn with more exciting new stuff. Until then, enjoy your flying. Thanks ever so much. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Cheers.
Thanks, Alan.
Thank you. No, really, thank you, all of you. It's been massive.
It's been brilliant.